So we've been praying a lot about, like, God, if you provide the opportunity for us to do this with our family, then it's having the journey along the way. Like, you have the destination, we play at a church, or we speak at a church, or we are doing a house show, or whatever it is. The journey along the way is the story that we want to share with you. That's the vlog. That's what we do this vlog for. Welcome to Trent and Siobhán once again today. Thank you guys for subscribing, all of you guys who have done that. If you've not done so, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and that way you'll see more of our stuff and more of what we're about.
Today, you are with us on the rooftop of our RV in Frisco, Texas.
Yeah. We got a couple things we want to share with you guys today. I don't know if it's just our heart or like big changes or what, but to start, we just had a couple little things we wanted to show you guys about. First off, I want to talk about the bike. Thank you guys for all of your prayers and your concern for us from Camden's bike. You want to share that part?
Yeah, so I think it was the next day or maybe 2 days later, we were just sharing with our friend about the lost bike, and he said, well, I just happen to have an extra bike in the garage that my daughter's been riding, but it's really kind of a boy's bike.
Yeah.
And it was an extra one, and he's like, you're welcome to have it. We went and looked at it, and it was like the same brand as the one that was stolen, and so it actually worked out to be a really great blessing, because I think that it's actually even a nicer bike than the one that was stolen from Camden. And so he's got a new bike. Yay. And we're super, super blessed.
Yes.
And so everybody's got a bike again now, and we can go on family bike rides, which we love to do and haven't done in a long time.
A long time. We're so wanting to get to a place where we can do that somewhere.
Yeah.
So with that, wanted to also say that our newsletter's coming out on Monday. And so if you haven't signed up for our newsletter yet, go to trentandsiobhán.com. We'll link that below and sign up for the newsletter so you can get that. I'm not quite sure how our newsletter service works, so that like if you happen to sign up on Tuesday, you probably won't get the newsletter until the next month.
Yeah, I don't know if it automatically sends out the latest version to people who sign up, or if you have to wait till the next month.
Yeah, so and that's why we're just telling you now. I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Real Remnant Radio. You can see that. It's an app on your phone that you can get. It's a radio station that is playing our music, and so we're really grateful for that. So I wanted to let you know you can get that worldwide on the App Store, I think Google Play and iTunes.
Yep.
And then also wanted to introduce a friend of ours that we've reached out to. They have a YouTube channel. Their name is Andrew and Katie 2. And they have a channel called The 2 Review, and wanted to let you know about that, because hopefully we can introduce you guys to them, and if you like what they're doing, subscribe to their channel too. They're a younger couple, but we reached out to them because we've really been on the hunt and prayers about upgrading our gear for the journey that we're hoping to do this summer. More out west shots and things that require just capturing that story better that we hope to capture, and Andrew knows a lot about that stuff, so we reached out to him. And then just to show you a little bit about him, I met with him for breakfast the other day. Siobhán wasn't able to come, but Katie wasn't able to come either because
she was having a baby the next day.
They just had a baby.
They were all getting ready. They were having a last minute shower, I think, and so they actually just had their baby last Sunday.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited for them about that. This is their first child, and that's just really cool. They're a neat couple. In fact, their whole channel is about like they review baby products and tech gear and stuff for parents. And it's especially geared towards dads, I think.
I think so.
So
Yeah, I know he has that heart. So, anyways, met with him for breakfast. Let me introduce you to him right now. Take a half a second to just introduce you guys.
No worries.
To my friend Andrew here. Andrew has a vlog called The Two Review because his last name is Two.
Yep.
T-I-U.
Asian.
Which I love it. But so Siobhán and I have known Andrew and Katie now for a little while. We did a Skype with them a couple months ago just because we were so intrigued by what they were doing on their vlog, and honestly the amount of perfection, I guess, that you do with your videos is really, really good.
Thank you. Much appreciated. That's awesome.
Man,
Thank you.
like, for all of our friends and subscribers, I'd love for you to check them out, subscribe to their channel. It's really good. You do really great film work, which is great.
Thank you.
So, I mean, you guys have seen my dumpy camera. Look at this thing. I mean, come on. But to say that
rig right there.
Yeah, but tell everybody what you do. Give me half a second. Tell me about what you do with your company, because that's a big deal. Which there's so much stuff that we love to talk about.
Yeah.
Too,
no, so before I was a YouTuber, I was more of a filmmaker. I shot and edited content for a lot of different brands. So I have an editing background. That's why I love to edit the mess out of all my videos.
He's flipping good at it.
It's fun.
He told me one time, I was like, "What did you do with that shot?" He's like, "I did that with an iPhone." I'm like, "What? Do you have a different iPhone than I have?"
Yeah, I just love tinkering and messing around with the edit, and it's just kind of in my background. So I kind of transitioned that into our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So what we do for our clients is pretty different from our YouTube channel, but just now on our YouTube channel we're just documenting the process of our whole pregnancy and that whole journey. So
they're about to have a baby tomorrow.
Literally tomorrow, I'm gonna be a dad, and it's gonna be insane, and my life's gonna change, and the scope of our YouTube channel is gonna change. Well, our YouTube channel is family vlogs and chatting about fatherhood and reviewing baby products and all that. But it's literally gonna come into effect tomorrow, so it's gonna be crazy.
And Siobhán and Katie, they have not met each other face to face either yet, but we will soon. But we were just kind of in the area, and I said, "Dude, Andrew, I want to meet you. I want to get a chance to see you." So, anyways, dude, we're gonna hang, we're gonna eat some good food, and just wanted to give some props to this guy. So thank you.
Thank you, man.
Super glad to have you on here. So anyways, go check out The Two Review. I think you'll really love it. Their camera work is phenomenal.
It's really
I'm
good.
really, really grateful to know them, and hopefully we'll be working with them, from years to come. So, and good to know them. So the last thing we wanted to talk to you guys was about our travel plans. And the reason why we came up here to sit on the roof, honestly, because sometimes we feel like we can get a little more personal with you guys up here, a little more real. We're honestly I know for myself, I'm struggling a lot with some things, and to say this, I want to start it by saying this. It's been our desire to go out west, visit Grand Canyon, visit Yellowstone, visit Sequoia, visit Colorado, Grand Tetons, the things that we kind of years ago when we went and visited the first time. I think that was what sparked our desire to jump on this journey in the first place, and to kind of really tell the story of what it looks like for families to go and see the national parks and to travel and to believe that there's something deep inside our soul that comes alive when we're with God's creation, in that. And so my heart has been just desiring, yearning to get out to those places again and again, to capture that story on video with, the right tools.
To introduce our kids to that. We want our kids to see the beauty of God's creation and to connect with God through that, to really, have the opportunity to stand in awe of the grandeur of His creation.
Right. And again, to make those things possible in our abilities, this is what we do. We travel already, and so we've been praying a lot about, God, if you provide the opportunity for us to do this with our family, then it's having the journey along the way. You have the destination, we play at a church, or we speak at a church, or we are doing a house show, or whatever it is. The journey along the way is the story that we wanted to share with you. That's
Yeah.
the vlog. That's what we do this vlog for. And this is my struggle, because I don't know I don't know, like
There's a lot of families living this lifestyle that have they still have like a Monday through Friday job that they sit down in their RV and they do their online business and stuff like that. We don't have that. We haven't had that from the very beginning, and the Lord has been faithful to provide for us. And Trent has like definitely pursued. He's really talented with editing and things like that. And we've pursued some of that stuff to try to get like freelance jobs and things like that, but it just has not come through for us. So all we do is what we know to do, and what we know to do and what has been a blessing is us sharing our music, us moving down the road and being a blessing to those that we come in contact with. So
that is our desire.
Yeah.
That's our desire more than anything. And you weigh out the direction that you're supposed to go versus the desire.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to weigh out and say, is our going out west something that is a desire, or is it a direction that's been given from the Lord? Sure, it's a desire. We would love to get out there, but we just kind of have felt this pull.
We've felt a pull out to go out there.
Towards going out west, and but the thing is as much as we have shared that we're going out there and we're trying to make the connections with churches and with people for house shows and things like that, it just is not seeming to materialize yet. The connections aren't quite connecting.
Yeah, they're really so. And so then we ask ourselves the question of like, okay, God, where would you like us to go? Because we've had some really, really great feedback from all of you. But whether it's from New Jersey or Indiana or England or Albania, those places aren't really close together.
Yeah.
And so, and we have to. So this is just, again, it's our struggle. We're really debating.
And we want to go everywhere, like all the places that
Yeah.
you guys are saying, hey, come visit here. We so badly just want to go everywhere we can and minister to anybody who would have us.
And the reality is for most of our journey, we have.
Right.
We have gone by faith, mostly on our dime. And so that's where we just...
We're kind of like Abraham, where God is giving us a direction, and we have to trust in Him. Just saying, okay, we're gonna walk this out, even though
Right.
we don't see the promise.
Right. Well,
we don't
it's
see the.
It's like you take the leap of faith, but you don't quite know the direction. Here's what we're asking you guys more than anything. Pray with us about where we're supposed to go to. Mm-hmm. Because we have in our minds this idea, and God leads us one tiny step right ahead of us. But then, like I was reading with Siobhán this morning in the scripture where Paul and Silas had the desire to go to Asia, and they were not permitted, the Bible says. But then he headed towards Macedonia and had the dream, and then was like, oh, this is it. This is the wrestle in our heart. Like, we knew we needed to get this direction, and we just haven't had that. Do you go because like God gave you a date and a destination and a point of action? Or do you go and then God gives after you take the leap of faith? Like, that's the question.
Do we start heading west? Like,
it's the faith.
Trusting that God's going to
provide
the venues along the way for us to be ministering.
And it's not just the venues too. It's like the person, because venues are a weird monster.
I'm not talking
to grab
about venues like places for us to like I'm not talking about venues like for us to do a house show or something. I'm talking about like the events, the things along the way that where we're going to be able to connect with people.
Right.
You know?
Right. So there's a lot. There's just a lot, and we're just wrestling with a lot, and we need your prayers for us. We are so grateful to do this. We love this. Honestly, we're not stopping what we're doing. We're just really contemplative of where to go.
We just want to make the right decisions, and you know, this is our family, and here I am very like, you know, let's just have faith, but I have to recognize that he's a man, and God has given him the charge to take care of his family, and so he has that, you know, he has that kind of inward yearning to provide and to make sure that things are prepared for, and sometimes this life just doesn't give him that.
It's difficult. It is. I'm a very prepared person. We try to plan at least 3 months out in advance, but it's just not the case all the time. And it is living, honestly, it's us living every day on the manna that God provides for tomorrow, and the struggle is you can't keep that manna for the next day, you know.
And you didn't provide it.
And I didn't provide it. So
like and we're seeing God's provision. You know, we're so thankful to those of you out there who have like, you know, sent us $100 here and there.
Amazing.
We keep getting these little amounts sent to our account that it's just like, wow, where did that come from? And it's such a blessing, and we're so thankful to God and to the people that he's put in our paths to help us along on this journey.
Well, and a lot of you guys have asked, like, hey, if you're coming out this way, then I would love to meet you. Or do you have a house show out here? And I'm like, well, honestly, no.
We don't, no.
Like, no. Like, literally,
on
as
the West
of today,
Coast,
we have one date in Michigan, and we're debating on whether we fly or we drive in our van to get to it. The finances to cover it are very good, but not good enough to drive our RV out there.
Yeah. Or to fly our whole family out there.
So it's just the nature of what we do, and we're okay with that. Like, even the fact that we're getting a booking fee on that is a huge blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, God's given us this family. It's a big family. We don't travel cheap. We don't fly first class or anything. We really, we do our very best with. A lot of you guys have asked about a Patreon account, if we're planning on opening up a Patreon account. We will say, before Patreon became a big thing, we've always had givings available on our website. We have a 501c3 for the taxability for that. But we've been debating about Patreon too, and how to do that. Fan funding just ended on YouTube, and some of you have given that way too. Mm-hmm. And again, all of it's a huge blessing, and we're so grateful for that. It helps us to keep the wheels moving for sure. Yeah. And that's our biggest prayer. Like, God, that's what we're asking from you. Like, Lord, would you help us to keep these wheels moving?
Yeah.
Even if it's you've seen
one
that movie,
step.
like Hacksaw Ridge, like, just one more, God, just like one more, like, that's our biggest
prayer.
Give
us one more connection. Every single connection that we've had. Right now we're here at Jack and Carol's house, and we'll tell you guys about them.
We haven't introduced them, Jack.
They're just these connections that are amazing, and they're a blessing to us, and I pray that we're a blessing to them as well. And but we need more of that. We need more connections with people, more opportunities to share the love of Christ, to share our music, to share hope and freedom.
It's just enough to get, that's what we're praying for, is just enough to keep these wheels moving. And it is a blessing, and the kids are having so much fun on this journey. So anyways, this might be a longer vlog today. Sorry about that. Thank you for allowing us to just be real with you. We appreciate your prayers so much. God is really good, and I do pray that we're inspiring lots of people to take a leap of faith with their family and do something that is, wherever they said we can't, God can. God is, nothing is impossible for him, and that's part of our faith walk.
For sure. Yeah.
Anyways, again, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and go to TrentSiobhán.com for our newsletter. Follow Andrew and Katie too on the 2 Review, and open up the app, The Real Remnant Radio, and listen to our music. Share any of our videos with your friends too. We so appreciate that. And remember, we can make the world better.
I believe we can.
Bye.